Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching Imani Television and for joining me to another episode of Health, Hygiene and Wellness. My name is Barasa and today in this episode we are going to discuss about mental health and mental health disorders. With me in the show I have a guest. She will introduce herself as we go on. Keeping in mind that mental health, according to University of Columbia statistics done in 2021, is that 3 out of every 5 youths are affected by mental health disorders, that is depression, stress, schizophrenia and many more others. So stay tuned to the show. We are going to discuss more about that. So I'll let my guest introduce herself. Welcome, madam.
Thank you very much. My name is Faith Akasa. I'm a counseling psychologist and basically I work with the youth, and most of the time I have passion to work with them because when we talk about mental health, they are the most affected. And that does not mean that the other age group does not have issues concerning the mental health, but they are the most affected. So thank you for having me here and looking forward.
Go straight away to our discussion. What is the definition or what is the definition of mental health?
Thank you very much. We can say that mental health is a state of emotional, psychological, social, cognitive state of well-being, and it is all about our mental state. That is how I can define in simple words what mental health is.
Oh, and what is the difference between is there any difference between mental health and mental health disorder?
Okay, there is no much difference because we talk about mental health is that state of well-being, but you talk about mental health disorder. Now these are the issues that come with when you are not mentally healthy. Yeah.
What are some of these disorders, the mental health disorders?
Yeah, in your introduction, I've heard you mention some of them. We have even simple ones. We have eating disorders, sleeping disorders. We have issues like anxiety disorders and many more.
So all of these are under mental health disorders?
Yes.
Talking about stress and depression, are they among them?
Yes, depression, stress, those are the common terms that we know. When someone has any other disorder, you will hear the person saying that I'm stressed, I'm depressed. So those are the general terms that the great population uses. Yeah.
Now we are talking about mental health among the youths and maybe specifically among the students. Yeah. What can we say about them? What causes mental health among the youth and students at large?
Wow, thank you for that question. Actually, you talk about causes. We have a lot of causes that bring about mental health, especially to this target group. And I'll begin with we have relationship issues. Is the major part of the issue that is causing mental health problems to our youth. Talk about parental upbringing. We have those parents maybe neglected their children, and others even they do not know their parents. Others they just live with guardians. And you realize that they have that mental issues, asking about their identity. Another cause we can talk about is academic career. Someone is confused. A parent is telling you, you must be a teacher, and I feel like, no, I don't want to be a teacher. So somehow it causes mental health disorders. Another one I can highlight again is about peer pressure. We have youth with different categories, different backgrounds, and someone would wish to fit in someone's shoes just to be like that other person, and to realize that the peer pressure issue is another cause of mental health. And even to add on, the list actually is endless, but just to add maybe the last one, as we go by we'll highlight some of the other causes. But the list I'll talk about we have the general confusion, we have early pregnancy issues, we have boy child is suffering about when we talk about neglect. You know, at times we neglect the boy child. It brings about mental disorders also.
Now, when we speak about the youths, there are people aged between 18 to 35, or which age bracket is mostly affected by these mental health disorders?
Okay, currently we've seen even through the media that we have children even around 12 years getting affected. You hear that they are suicidal. So we can say that the most affected can be from 12 to 35. Let's just talk about that. Those are now the youth bracket. Yeah.
Now, among the disorders that we've mentioned, the mental health disorders, depression, stress, and many more others,
yes,
which one is more common? Which one is the common one among these youths?
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Yes. Yeah.
What brings about anxiety?
You know, at that stage of a youth being in maybe secondary school, college, that's the time some of them are just identifying themselves. They are really exploring. They are really up and down to do some things that they do not know. So at this stage, you realize that some things they don't know. They just find themselves inside some situations, and you realize that when they sit down and now look what they have done, and they realize that they have done something wrong, and now that one crops up to anxiety. They feel like now what am I going to do in this situation? What am I going to tell my people? And you know, some of them are these people that we know they are good people. So they feel like maybe they have failed themselves, they have failed someone. So it brings about the panic, and that's now the anxiety disorder. Yes.
Now, if it's a parent or a teacher that associate with students and youths mostly, how can they note that this student is having some mental health illness or disorder? Or what are the signs of mental health disorders?
Okay, thank you. Signs of mental disorder. I can tell you for free that even when you are walking in any place, somehow you cannot identify someone who has a disorder. Only if you can have that ability to know.
You mean the signs are not visible?
Some of them are visible, but you know, we live in a very busy world. You realize that even we have a parent who will not realize that the child has a disorder because we are busy. We wake up in the morning, we come late, we go to work, we do other things, we don't even have time. Then remember, even at school, sometimes a teacher has a lot of work to do, so doesn't have that time just to sit down and look at you and think that maybe this person has a disorder. So for someone to be identified having a disorder, symptoms mostly you'll see some withdrawals. Someone may be talkative, hanging out with friends, but at some point the person will stop completely. That is, he will withdraw, he or she will just withdraw from people, from friends, even from family. You realize that such people will just concentrate in whatever they are doing. Some of them will just lock themselves inside their rooms, and they don't want even to talk. They are not open. Then another sign or symptom of a mental health issue is that person will just feel fatigue. You feel tired. You wake up in the morning, you are just like, you don't look like, you know, in the morning you have to be active. But that's the time this person wakes up very dull, and it's like you don't want even the day just to start. And that's another sign, the dullness and that one. Okay, another one, another symptom or a sign that someone has a disorder. You'll realize abnormality, maybe in sleeping patterns. Some people will not even sleep because of whatever the issue they are going through. So they'll have the sleeplessness for some time. And that person doesn't like even exposing themselves to people, because they know that even their face, you know, when someone has not slept, if you look at that person critically, you will realize that there's an issue that is going on. So there's that kind of sleeplessness, there's that physically, you can say that mental issue again, it can even make you now start just now the way we know. You know, one thing about mental health, it is just now that we are coming to learn mental health. But kitambo, when you talk about mental, tulikuwa tunajua ni wale wendazimu wanatembea kwa barabara.
Yes.
But nowadays we know that even that person who is just
healthy
yes, has a mental issue. And such people, you can realize through now if you are working with them, maybe in the office or they are students, or concentration is very low, they don't concentrate. They don't even feel in line with what is going on. It's because they have developed their own world. So lack of concentration or no concentration at all, it's another symptom that will tell you that this person has a problem. Then another one is if it is a workplace, for example, absenteeism. This person will not just like to come to job because of lack of morale or the mood swing that the person is having. And this person will have a lot of excuses. Will tell you that today I'm engaged somewhere, today I'm going to see my sick auntie, tomorrow I'm burying my grandmother. Not because of all these excuses, but just because of
they want to exclude themselves.
Yeah, kind of. They don't want even that job because they don't see the reason as to why they should be there. Yeah, so those are some of the symptoms that we have.
All right, thank you. Let's dive into anxiety a little bit. How do I know that someone is suffering from anxiety?
Okay, for you now to know that maybe I have the anxiety disorder, that's what you're asking.
Yes.
Yeah, there are things that you will be able to see in me when you look at me. And one thing is that sometimes anxiety will make you even to sweat when there is cold because you are anxious. You look, for example, when you are called for an interview, you feel like you don't like just that panel. That anxiety is the same as that the one that we are talking about. So your condition is not now conditioned with the weather. It's like you will see me not even settling. I'll not settle at all. I'll kind of avoid you. And again, anxiety disorder, you'll see it in me when you look at me. At times I really want to, anything that you are talking about, I'm not in line with you. I cannot reason with you.
Yes.
Because anxiety disorder, one thing is that it brings you a lot of panic. If I'm with you, what am I going to say? What will I do? How will you take me? So those are some of the things that I'll be asking myself. Because when you are anxious, one thing is that you lose confidence in yourself.
Yes.
You lose confidence in a way that you don't even trust yourself. You don't even trust your statements. You don't even trust what you are saying. And that is why when I sit with you, I feel like I should not sit with you because I'm not the right person. So that is how you will know that somehow I have the anxiety disorder. Yeah.
And maybe I'm associating with a youth that is anxious.
Yes.
Or is having anxiety issues. How can I do to help as a friend?
For you to help? Yeah, there are many ways you can help. Number one, you can help just with having her or him or keeping the company with her, because you see these people are among the population that they don't have people to talk to. They don't know exactly whom shall I associate with to get help. So when you are near this person will draw some trust in you and will be in a position at least to share something. And we say that psychologists will say that a problem shared is a problem half solved.
Yes.
Yeah, so you will be, at least you will draw the attention of this person, and at the end of the day will be able at least to open up to you. Another thing that you can do to help this person, again, is just to give him some ways, techniques on how to handle. And some of the techniques are very simple. We take them for a joke, but they are very simple. Number one, you just encourage this person. Instead of sitting or isolating, you can just take a walk. Take a stroll. We call it as just to stroll. And away from strolling, tell this person to do whatever he or she likes doing. That's the hobby. This person can do. If you like cooking, encourage that person that if it is chapati, just be cooking chapati so that at least you do what you love most. Yeah. Another thing how you can help this person again is just reaching out. You know, they'll not reach out to you. They have a problem, but it is very hard to reach out to someone.
Yes.
So if this person, you realize that may be having such a problem, try to reach out to this person. Try to find out how this person is doing. Just say hi. How have you been? And you realize that if the trust is there, this person will be in a position to open to you that, yes, my friend,
there's something,
but there's something that is, so you will at least know this person.
Yes.
But if you wait for this person to come, it may be late because they'll not come. Yeah.
I realize talking about reaching out, I suppose this is a question that I was supposed to ask before the one I've just tackled.
Yes.
But while I was doing the research for this topic, I realized that there are some questions you can ask someone and actually find out that they are having mental issues.
Yes.
These follow-up questions, which are these questions that you can ask someone? Because mental health disorder is not something that displays. Actually, if it displays, I think it has just gone overboard. But what are these follow-up questions that you can ask to find out if someone is okay mentally?
Okay. To us, professionally, we have two types of questions. Of course, we have the open-ended and the closed-ended. And talking about closed-ended, we avoid them because you will give me a yes or a no answer without an explanation. So we will give you an open question. A question like, how are you doing?
Yes.
It's very open because you don't need to tell me yes or no. You tell me I'm fine, I'm not fine. That's one question that will tell you that there's something wrong. Yeah, because if this person really knows that this is a friend that I trust, will not just answer I'm fine then stop at that point when there is an issue. And you can continue. If this person will just tell you I'm fine, you continue that. How have you been since we met maybe yesterday night? He will tell you that jana nikapitia hii hata sikulala. You see, that's a trigger question. When the person will tell you that hata sikulala, now you ask
kwa nini? Yeah. You find out why they didn't sleep.
Why? Kwa nini hukulala?
Yes.
So this person will continue opening to you, and at the end of the day, if you concentrate more on that person, you'll realize that you get the root cause and you know even what happened to this person. And now from there you can do your follow-up and find out now the background information on how this person maybe was humiliated or the issue that led to the sleeplessness. Yeah.
Now, why does it take so long for a parent to realize that maybe my child is having some mental issues? Because there are many parents who discover when it's too late. Maybe the child or the child has already done something bad. That is when they realize that maybe my child was having some mental issues. My child was stressed. My child was depressed. When it's too late. Why is it that it comes so late?
Okay, thank you for that question, and for this, parents, you'll forgive me, because somehow parents, we are the problem, somehow, because at times we used to live whereby a community was like we had parents all over, our neighbors were our parents, and anything could happen.
Yes.
If you find your child misbehaving, for example, someone could just beat you along the way, and this person, even before you reach home, this person will tell your mama or your daddy that mtoto wako nilimpata akiwa hivi na hivi na hivi. But nowadays, mzazi, do you do that? Unaenda kwa nyumba 10, alichapa aje mtoto wangu. You see, that's one thing that is making us protect our children until they are not even open now to the society, and they do things, they know that I have someone who will protect me. Then we have especially the bracket of college students, for example.
Yes.
These are children that we assume that they are grown-ups, and you will hear someone telling you that you can ID. No, you know, having an ID means that actually you've achieved.
Wewe ni mtu mkubwa, you're an adult.
Yes, wewe ni mtu mkubwa. And it does not mean that you've grown up even in mind and in everything. Because a parent, you are a parent. Even when I'm 50 and you are 90, I'm still your child.
Yes.
So you become a child to this mama or dad for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Until this person says that now I'm gone to see my God.
Yes.
But the relationship should stand. And you see, we assume when we take them to colleges, we take them to schools, we assume that they'll take care of themselves. And this is where now they do what we call self-exploration. How many parents out there you've ever wanted or wished to go and see where your child is even sleeping when he's in college? How many of you have even taken that step to find out huyo bedmate mwenye naambiwa tunaishi wawili to cost share, who is this person? And you know, this one, we assume that tumelea watoto wetu with Christian values, tumewaeka malezi mazuri, but we forget that these are our children that we have to do follow up until the end of our days here on earth.
Yes.
So as parents, I'll say that we fail sometimes. We fail to follow up on our children. We leave them to the world. We leave them to explore. We leave them to do things that maybe at home they are not able to do, but at school they are able to do. And you realize and you find out that wakati mtoto amefanya jambo fulani, akiitiwa kwa disciplinary, mzazi aambiwa, anasema hapana, mnadanganyia mtoto yangu. Mtoto yangu ni mzuri, hata anakuanga kwa ya leader. It's very hard now even to defend such a child, because you may have been called there to help your child, but now when you start saying that mtoto wangu ni mzuri, now it's very hard to get help in that condition. So as a parent, what I can say is that let's involve ourselves even in our children's activities. When they just go somewhere, they should not just say, mama nipatie fare naenda swimming. You should find out, unaenda kuswim na nani, and unaenda wapi, na utakuja saa ngapi. You see, as much as your child is much responsible, find out more about where she's going, where he's going.
You should show some concern.
Yes, show some concern, so that even when this child finds something that is weird, we'll be able even to open up for you, because you have open communication. Yeah, so parents, we have a role to play for our children to have a mental health.
We'll be coming to whatever the parents can do to help their students, but for now, as a psychologist or a medical practitioners at some point, are there any prescriptions you can give to someone having mental health issues?
Okay, they are there, they are prescriptions, but from counseling point of view, most of the time we'll give you information, then now we refer you to a medical person now who will give you the prescription or any medical, maybe tablets or any other thing. And if the mental issue goes overboard, that is why now we will hear about Madare. You have to go there to be taking injections, but the other issues can be managed by just maybe simple drugs, and some of these issues does not need even drugs. They just need a listening ear. They just need an open-minded person to help them.
Now, before we take a short break, schizophrenia, you realize that it's not a common mental illness. What can you say about it, schizophrenia? Anything you can say about it?
Okay, you talk about schizophrenia. I can tell you that this is a condition that is out there. And you know the good thing about it, you may not even realize someone having the issue until you come closer to that person. And it's an issue that is really affecting people. It's not common, but it's really affecting people. And the problem with it doesn't select maybe wenye wamesoma, hawajasoma, wakubwa, wadogo. It affects people around all ages.
Yes.
And what I can say is that when you have that kind of disorder, the first thing is that you have to seek just a mental help, because it is an issue or a disorder that when just left for so long, sometimes it is even hard now to bring this person now
back to normal. Okay. Wow. Okay, we are taking a short break here at Health, Hygiene and Wellness. We'll be back shortly.